So tonight I'm going to show you how to make a delicious version of the Salisbury steak. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so to start this off, we're going to take a pound of ground beef. I have a pre-packaged one, so you can use fresh if you want. I just happen to have this in the freezer. And for what we're doing, this works fine for that. Fresh is obviously better if you're going to make straight burgers or something like that. It's going to have a lot of flavor and stuff in it. And the meat's easier to crumble, which is a necessity when you're doing this. So I have a pound of ground beef. Just kind of break that up in a bowl. I'm going to add 1 egg to that. Let's have a 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs I'm going to throw in there. Have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And pour that in there. We're also going to take we have a can of French onion soup. We're going to take just a 1/4 cup of that. We're going to pour that in. And save the rest. And we're going to dig in. We're going to get our hands dirty. Fun part. So you just want to combine that up really well. Alright. Take that, once it's mixed up really well, we're going to take and you want to make 4 oval shaped patties out of that. Flatten those out. You want them fairly thin. Alright, we're going to take these patties and we're going to, I want to make sure that's solid. Take these over to the stove. We're going to cook those in the pan. I'll see you over there. Okay, so we got our stove top at medium heat, a large pan on it. We're going to take and throw our Salisbury steak patties in there. It's a good idea to, anytime you're cooking meat, like burgers or anything, just kind of press the middle down, make a little divot in the middle. That'll prevent them from like ballooning up and turning into big balls. So, alright, we're going to let those cook till they're brown on both sides. So meanwhile, while those are cooking, you're going to want to take the rest of your French onion soup. You're going to throw that into a small bowl. You're also going to want to add your 1 tablespoon of flour. You're going to mix that up and whisk it until it's smooth. Make sure there's no chunks of flour or anything in there. And once that's smooth, you're going to want to add 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 cup of ketchup, two teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, and a 4-ounce can of mushrooms. Stir those together. Okay, we're gonna let that sit and go start our meat. Okay, one thing I cut for our for the sauce and topping, I'm glad I cut it before I threw it in there, is you also want to add a 1/2 teaspoon of mustard to that. And you can see where it's starting to brown up on the sides. That's when it's time to turn them over. Smash that down. Good caramelization on that side. I'm going to flip those over. Keep them separated. So I'm cooking this on medium heat. So for our next step, we're going to actually turn that down to about a medium low. Then we're going to take our mushroom sauce and we're going to basically pour that over all the meat evenly. Then we're going to cover that and cook it for 20 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cover that up. Set my timer for 20. We'll come back and take a look at it when it's done. So while the Salisbury steaks are cooking, I've boiled a pot of water. Basically cut up a couple potatoes, peeled them, threw those in there. For my side, I'm just going to make some mashed potatoes to go with this. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes. I'm going to take this Salisbury steak and remove that from the heat. Pop that open, see how that looks. Sauce is nice and thickened up. Basically, get that back. Get that stuff. Basically baste it over the meat. I'm going to finish these mashed potatoes up and pick this up. So for the mashed potatoes, I just basically cooked those till they were soft, strained them, and mashed that in. I had some heavy whipping cream. You can use just milk if you want. But I had some heavy whipping cream in there, so just pour a little bit of that in there. Take a pinch of salt, some fresh cracked pepper, and that's basically it. Alright, let's get this dinner cooked up, plated up. And there you have Salisbury steak. It's a quick, simple recipe and very delicious. Hope you try it for yourself. If you'd like to try it, the recipe is in the description down below. If you like my video and you want to see more like it, please subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for stopping by.